The Diary of Samuel Pepys, 19th of May, 1661, Lord's Day. I walked in the morning towards let me start again. I walked in the morning towards Westminster, and seeing many people at York House, I went down and found them at mass, it being the Spanish ambassadors. And so I go into one of the galleries, and there heard two masses done, I think, not in so much state as I have seen them heretofore. After that into the garden, and walked a turn or two, but found it not so fine a place as I always took it for by the outside. Thence to my lord's, and there spake with him about business, and then he went to Whitehall to dinner, and Captain Ferrers and Mr. Howe and myself to Mr. Wilkinson's at the Crown, and though we had no meat of his own, yet we happened to find our cook, Mr. Robinson, there, who had a dinner for himself and some friends, and so he did give us a very fine dinner. Then to my lord's, where we went and sat talking and laughing in the drawing room a great while, all our talk about their going to see this voyage, which Captain Ferrers is in some doubt whether he shall go or no, but swears that he would go if he were sure never to come back again. And I, giving him some hopes, he grew so mad with joy that he fell a dancing and leaping like a madman. Now it fell out so that the balcony windows were open, and he went to the rail and made an offer to leap over, and asked what if he should leap over there. I told him I would give him £40 if he did not go to sea. With that thought I shut the doors, and William Howe hindered him all we could. Yet he opened them again, and with a vault leaps down into the garden, the greatest and most desperate frolic that ever I saw in my life. I run to see what was become of him. I run to see what was become of him, and we found him crawled upon his knees, but could not rise. So we went down into the garden and dragged him to the bench, where he looked like a dead man, but could not stir. And though he had broke nothing, yet his pain in his back was such as he could not endure. With this my lord, who was in the little new room, come to us in amaze, and bid us carry him up, which by our strength we did, and so laid him in East's bed by the door, where he lay in great pain. We sent for a doctor and chirurgeon, but none to be found, till by and by chance, comes in Dr. Clerk, who is afeard of him. So we sent to get a lodging for him, and I went up to my lord, where Captain Cook, Mr. Gibbons, and others of the king's musicians were come to present my lord with some songs and symphonies, which were performed very finely. Which being done, I took leave, and supped at my father's, where was my cousin Beck, come lately out of the country. I am troubled to see my father so much decay of a sudden, as he do both in his seeing and hearing, and as much to hear of him how my brother Tom do grow disrespectful to him and my mother. I took leave and went home where to prayers, which I have not had in my house a good while, and so to bed. The 20th of May, 1661. At home all the morning. Paid £50 to one Mr. Grant for Mr. Barlow for the last half year, and was visited by Mr. Anderson, my former chamber fellow at Cambridge, with whom I parted at the Hague. But I did not go forth with him, only gave him a morning draught at home. At noon Mr. Creed came to me, and he and I to the Exchange, and so to an ordinary to dinner, and after dinner to the Mitre, and there sat drinking while it rained very much. Then to the office, where I found Sir William both, choosing of masters for the new fleet of ships that is ordered to be set forth, and Penn, seeming to be in a ugly humour, not willing to gratify one that I mentioned to be put in, did vex me. We sat late, and so home. Mr. Moore came to me when I was going to bed, and sat with me a good while talking about my lord's business, and our own, and so good night.